Hey YouTube, this is Dan making another vid. If you like my content, please consider hitting the like button. Also, please consider subscribing, as it is very much appreciated. Okay, discussion today on solar. Probably my second favourite way of lighting fires. This is cheap, easy way of making fire if you've got sunlight. If you don't have sunlight, it is next to useless. But when you do have it, you've got it. It's pretty easy to do. Most people know about Fresnel lenses. We all carry them pretty much. These days it's ubiquitous. Credit card size Fresnel lens. Put them in your pack, put them in your wallets, put them in everywhere. They go really well. These ones are okay. They're not too bad. Put them in a sleeve to protect them and they work pretty well. They're not too bad at all. Practice with them. They're not as easy as you think to do it, and you will have trouble lighting many things I light. I've practiced a lot with them, and you've got to do that. Simple as that. Practice, practice, practice. Got to practice with this stuff. Otherwise, you'll find a little bit of sun it'll go behind the clouds. It's not working. You've got to have bright sunlight for this stuff to work. These are good, but they're not as good as advertised most of the time. Everyone says carry these ones because they're so easy to put in everywhere, and I agree. But if you've got the space, and haversacks tend to allow that, this is what I advocate carrying. A4 size Fresnel lens. This thing is by far the most powerful lens that you will try. It'll burn just about anything. I can get rough tinders such as cardboard. These bloody things, that a light. You try that with a credit card size Fresnel lens, you'll be there all day. This thing will get this going in about 30 seconds, if not faster. This will do it. Grass, just about anything. These things are so powerful, and it's the size that makes it. Always use there's a rough side and a smooth side. Rough side towards the sun, smooth side, whatever. I think these ones, I don't know if they have that. Yeah, they do too. Yeah, rough side to the sun. The A4 ones, they're a 3-power lens. Really cheap too. They're like $5 on eBay. I bought 5 or 6 of them. I've got two sitting next to my computer, and 2 or 3 of them in different haversacks. If you've got the space and they just slip down inside your haversack, this has got a sleeve on it. A lot of them come with the protective sleeves, which is really good. Yeah, just put them in your haversack. You will thank me because they are so powerful. They are fantastic. These things just collect this because of the size of. They collect the photons so well and concentrate them. They beat these ones hand down so fast. You'll be surprised at what you can get on fire. Comes to glass magnification. Glass magnifying lenses. I used to say about the small ones, they're really good. That's a 38mm one. Once I got onto the big lens, I don't really worry about the glass ones anymore. I've got 50mm ones here. That's a 50mm lens. It's still in its wrapper, just to protect it so it doesn't get. That's the 50mm lens, and then I buy these off eBay from Viceroy. He's an eBay seller here in Australia. I've also got I didn't bring it out, it's inside. I've got one that's in a leather thing that you can hang around your neck. This one's in a snuff box, brass snuff box. It's from Ted Cash. 50mm lens goes inside. It's got stuff on the bottom there, Amadou and stuff as well, all protected. Sits really well. Fantastic. I do like the traditional 50mm lens for traditional kits, or 38mm lens for smaller kits. The glass magnification lens is really good for traditional kits. It's just that this one is so much more powerful. It works so much better. The other thing, and which I didn't bring out, is the reflectors, and I should have brought it out too, but they work really well too. I've fooled around with them a bit, but yeah, they work well. But I think the lenses are a lot easier to use, and they're just as powerful. They'll light everything on fire. But yeah, for traditional kits, go for your glass. You also get the Hudson Bay traditional tobacco tins with the 6-power magnification lens in the top of it. I've got one of them as well inside. I didn't bring it out either. I really should have bought it out as well. They're really good too. Very traditional kit for flint and steel. A lot of people put their flint and steel kits in it. I don't like doing that because the hard bits scratch the inside of the lid unless you put something to protect it. They're really for tobacco only. I only store soft stuff in it, so I tend to put like Amadou and Tinders in it. So yeah, and they're really good for lighting, that sort of stuff, which is their niche. So yeah, it saves you blunting your stones out. But yeah, these I love solar. It's such an easy way of getting things off a light if you've got sunlight. I won't do a demonstration. It's all nice and cloudy and it's only 7 o'clock in the morning. So yeah, but I've done plenty of demonstrations about this thing here, and once you get one of these and start fooling around with it, you'll know why I advocate this thing. It's so powerful. But yeah, I struggled with Fatwood. Was the reason why I wanted to, because I was fooling around with solar, and I saw on YouTube about a bloke had a 50mm lens and he got Fatwood to go eventually, and I could never get it to use with the small Fresnel lenses. I could never get Fatwood to go, and I thought it was bullshit. I thought he had somehow faked it, and yeah, I struggled. I couldn't replicate it. I tried with all different lenses, the Fresnel lenses, 50mm lens, glass lenses, the small Fresnel lens. I ended up buying a Fresnel lens that big. Couldn't get it to work, but then I got this one, and within 5 seconds I had Fatwood going. So yeah, you can get just about, if it's flammable, this thing here, and in bright sunlight, you'll just about get anything going. It's that powerful. They are fantastic. And the one thing, be careful with these. You don't put your hands near the focal point. You'll burn yourself. It's as simple as that. They are fantastic. They are really good. Yeah, just a bit of a discussion on lenses. Definitely be carrying them, but practice with them. You'll find there are things you can't do with it, but easy stuff, really good. They are fantastic. And the thing is, they fit just about in any kit. That's why I like them. But if you've got the space, definitely carry that, and you will find you'll be able to just about light anything on. And in traditional kits, definitely go with the 50mm glass lens. If you have no problems with space, because the bigger the lens and the more powerful they are. So these are 6 power lenses, but they're 50 mil wide. So the bigger ones tend to be more powerful because the bigger they are, the more photons you get concentrated. The smaller ones, they're still 66 power, but they're a bit harder. They're not as powerful. But if that's all you can fit in your kit, well, that's what you go with. And I like solar because it's free. It doesn't burn up any resources, and if you've got sunlight, you can pretty well guarantee to get a fire going, because most tinders, Charclot's instantaneous with solar on it. It doesn't matter. As soon as you get 2 seconds of full sunlight, you'll get just about any of your charred tinders, even charcoal, alight with this. And once you get your charcoal going, or whatever, any of the charred materials going, you're pretty well guaranteed you should be able to, because you're practicing this stuff, you should be able to get your fire going, because you're doing your your ember management. That's what this whole thing's about. So that's why I love solar, because it's basically free and you're not using any resources up. You're not chipping an edge out or whatever, blunting stones or whatever, burning up ferro rods or whatever. So that's why. And you always combine solar with something else. So whenever you've got sunlight, you're using your solar, and then when you haven't got sunlight, you use your other methods. And that's how I would view your solar, because that's your resource management of it. Anyway, discussion on solar, probably my second favourite thing, and especially because I live in the Sunshine State, it's obvious why I like this sort of stuff, because that's what Queensland is called, the Sunshine State. So yeah, anyway, thanks for watching.